welcome. Enjoy the drive. Gotta stop to put fuel. Holy moly, it is cold. Oh, I'm gonna need.
The Air Ambulance Network and paid monthly or annual membership. It's an easy and convenient way to add financial peace of mind that covers your entire household. Air Medcare Network members never pay out-of-pocket costs for transport, only when flown by their providers. And with 320 bases across 38 states, an Air Medcare Network provider can be there fast. Plan ahead for the unexpected for just $9.99 per month. Visit airmedcarenetwork.com.
This is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woo-hoo, a hand clapper, a high fiver? If you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. Choose from hundreds of social casino-style games with your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW. 1.155 law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Stay warm and save every day. All in the Smiths app. Get 10 for $10 on select varieties of Kroger pasta, Starkist tuna pouches, or Powerade with your card. Then get USDA choice boneless beef rump or Aya ground roast for $4.97 a pound with your card and a digital coupon. Shop these deals at your local Kroger today, or tap the screen now to download the Smiths app to save big today. Smiths, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games, all for free.
Step 4. Unleash your excitement. Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com. Statements and opinions about guests on Mysterious Radio are not to be considered as endorsed by sponsors or affiliated networks. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this podcast without the express written consent of Mysterious Radio is strictly prohibited.
and tonight my special guest is Richard Freeman, and he's here to discuss his book. It's called Adventures in Cryptozoology, Hunting for Yetis, Mongolian Death Worms, and Other Not-So-Mythical Monsters, and that is available right now on Amazon. Richard, of course, is a cryptozoologist, author, zoological journalist, and web TV presenter. He is also a zoological director for the Center for Florentine Zoology and co-edits both Journal and Animal Made and several editions of the annual CFC Yearbook. Richard has written and co-written and edited a number of books and has contributed widely to both Florentine and zoological magazines, as well as other newspapers and periodicals, including the Florentine Times and Paranormal Magazine. And I start off by asking Richard how he got his start in cryptozoology.
Well, I've been able to work with classic Doctor Who. I grew up in the 1970s watching Doctor Who, which started way back in that early 1963, the longest running, most successful science fiction serial ever. Particularly in the 70s, it was very, very dark and frightening. More about hope than about science fiction. A lot of it was set on Earth, contemporary Earth, so we had very bizarre and strange creatures in these stories like giant rabbits crawling out of blackness and like whales, intelligence being like dinosaurs waking up from new disease and hibernation to find out an upside apical map and take down that planet, look at just squid like aliens, look at animated plastics, giant rats and tutorials and laid off. And it was really, really dark at first. It was not like the dark BBC do about today, which is an absolute disgrace. But that's what really got me interested in these strange creatures. It was watching Doctor Who as a kid. Then later, I got a book that had a zookeeper, and I started to work with reptiles at the zoo over in England, and then I got involved with this group called Centre for Florentine Zoology. And since then, I've been all around the world looking at strange creatures like Titanium, Mongolian death worm, giant anaconda, and many, many more.
That's awesome, Kate. Richard, thank you very much for explaining that to us. So you also have a background in zoology. Are you still doing that now or not?
Yeah, well, cryptozoology is just a branch of zoology. I was a teacher for many years. I curated reptiles before I crossed in the West Midlands in England. I studied zoology at Leeds University, although I found to a shock because the social experts knew very little. They were using textbooks that were 13 about even back when I was at university. And they made some fundamental mistakes that really embarrassed the school board. And these people are the doctors and professors at the university. So that taught me quite a lot in that just because someone has some laptops to their name, just because someone is a doctor or a professor, doesn't really mean that they're experts in something. You can't keep doing field research, getting out into the jungle, the swamps, the mountains, that's where the discoveries are made, not making lecture halls and offices.
You're exactly right there. So let me ask you this. When did you first start to go on these field expeditions and investigating some of these creatures firsthand?
Well, back in the 90s, I started to investigate things like what the big cats in Britain. There are these massive big cats in Britain, what people see as large, many black panther-like cats. They kill a lot of livestock, and the big cat lives in the capture. Those sorts of big cats have been captured in them over the years. So I have hunting for these creatures for significant travel and crawling. I stumbled out of the museum, always to the museum, and there's very much those around which are not about cryptozoology, and it's probably better to put some getting into one. So I started to write magazine, write articles, then I've been invited down to a couple of conferences, and eventually I became a zoological director. From the year 2000 onwards, I was spent an awful lot of time down in Devon. I live in Devon now. And for years people have done this, I started to do these international expeditions in search of strange creatures.
All right, very good. All right. Okay, so why don't you give us a little, for those that aren't familiar with the history of these quote-unquote monsters, you know, in your country, can you give us some history on that? Because I'm not familiar with it either. I mean, do you guys, it's a very hot topic over here in the United States, but how is it over in your country?
I think, well, the sense of working directly across the base of England, and the only civilization that sites really in Europe has been going for, since 1990s now. We've got groups for the United States, Australia, New Zealand, places like that. Our objective is to gather information on the creatures that are unknown to science, try and prove that they exist, or evidence for them. That's what we do. And I've done creatures in just about every country except Antarctica.
Okay, so you've been in Antarctica. That's interesting. Now, I did see something in your book. It's called, and I think you said this was in Africa. They call this creature Pongo. Can you tell us about that briefly?
Anyway, that was the original name of the gorilla. Those were the native names for the gorilla. Now, what's familiar with gorillas now, you can see them all speaking about the gorilla. But once upon a time, European explorers dismissed the gorillas as that of the age of the natural folk. I thought it was just a monster made up by the native people of Africa. Until the 1940s, the so-called gorilla was actually killed in Europe. It wasn't until this early in the 20th century that national explorers were then the mountain gorilla was discovered. And since then, we found immediately running like across register just found that it was incident. And we found large new animals all the time. In 2017, the new species of orangutan really was on the surface. 2 years before that, they would take all of them to South America. And so these new animals are still being discovered.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. I've always wanted to know, and I did see this in the book as well, where you've actually went looking for the huge upright walking ape, and I think that was in India. Is that correct? So they call it the Yeti over there? Is that what they call it?
In India, they call it a Roman, which means a slight slab.
Okay.
And in China, they call it yellow, for example. And in parts of Japan, they are used for canyon, which means on the mountain rock. They've got different forecasts. Strange in Asia, and in India, northern India, north India, try and track the Yeti. And we found massive footprints in the mud by a stream in the jungle where it's going to be walking along, turning over huge rocks that no man could hit, and feeding on freshwater crabs. And the footprints are human like, about 12 inches long, and since very deep into the mud, much deeper than a man, even a heavy man would make those marks in the mud. And the guy who was with said those were the tracks of those thin birds, because like a full grown one have at least 18 inches long. And the people who talked to from the hillside in India who had actually seen this creature were all describing the same animal. They had black fur, it was about 3 meters or 8 feet tall, and it looked very much like a gorilla, but rather more with on all fours, walked upright like that.
Okay, and let me ask you something about that footprint. Was it like really wide? It wasn't, you know, the width of a normal human being. I mean, this had to be, I imagine, much wider. Is that correct?
It was wider and longer, and this thing was the print making the mud, something twice as deep as small print. And this what they have much bigger feet than that.
So people are reporting seeing these things, maybe that they are in a family or a group of them or something like that?
There have been reported in a small family group, but usually they're seen alone. One guy said he watched the creature like a big nest, like gorillas make a nest out of vegetation on the forest floor. The man never was doing a very similar thing. Or we saw them doing set postures, bellowing and roaring and shaking vegetation, much in the way of the gorillas.
So, okay, let me ask you this. Are they finding any evidence? Are they finding those nests, or did you find a nest, or any place where you thought these creatures might be sleeping?
We didn't find the nest, no, because the guy who told us about it happened 7 years previously. We took it to the area, but there's no nest there now, because these people are going central, like gorillas will make a nest, and sleep next one night, and then move on and make another nest.
Okay, so they're deep in the jungle. They're not up in the area where there's houses and things like that.
No, they're deep in the jungle. But they do approach villages, there are small villages in the mountains, and they've been known to raise the crops. And one guy saw a female one with a baby, and it was eating bamboo, just ripping down bamboo and eating it. There's another place where children came into the farm and stole pineapples, dug up pineapples.
What about having, like showing any violence towards anyone? Has anybody reported anything like that?
No one has been attacked by one of these things. They do make threat displays, much in the same way as a gorilla will. They shake the vegetation and roar. A lot of people saw them as they tried the military making tremendous roaring noise the creature is playing.
Okay, so that's interesting. How are they thought to avoid being seen? I mean, do they think that these creatures have supernatural abilities to stay out of sight?
No. They live in very dense in the forest. The Darren Hills, that jungle goes from Darren Hills in Meghalaya in India, right the way up through the states of Assam.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online, even on a plane. Grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
And all the particular groups have. They've been working in the jungle for hundreds of miles round. They just live in a very deep jungle, and they don't move around in big troops like gorillas do or chimpanzees. They have troops of 40 on individuals, where the best seems to be solitary. They've come together to mate, or they're marketing a family group, but usually they tend to be alone. So they're not gorillas.
I see. And you mentioned something about them making some type of, I guess, displaying some type of threat or some they're threatened or whatever. When you guys went out there and investigated, did you try to record anything, or did you get any kind of maybe calls that this ape might be making?
No, we didn't hear any vocalizations, but we talked to people that have heard these rules. I've heard the vocalization of the orangutan death in Sumatra, which is another mysterious domain. They make several strange vocalizations, and I've heard them quite close to in the jungle. The orangutan is much smaller than the actually it's only about 4 feet tall, but it's quite powerfully built and walks on its hind legs.
And no samples, you get any samples of hair or anything like that from brushing up against trees or bushes or anything?
We've got samples of film from India that don't turn out to be from wild goats. To Nightcrawler, we've got samples of there, which we thought were from the orangutan there, and we have them analysed by a guy called Lars Thomas at Copenhagen University in Denmark. He's one of the world-leading experts on male hair, and he said that the hairs were from an animal that was related to the Sumatran orangutan, but it wasn't the Sumatran orangutan, and he was convinced that this is a new species of primate. So the orangutan there is likely to be a new species of ape that is very closely related to the orangutan.
Okay. Now, do you believe this creature really exists?
The orangutan, yes, certainly I've seen its tracks, footprints, handprints, appearance of localizations. My colleague Dave Archer and our 95 Sahara National Still the Animal has collected hair from me on the totally community.
Alright, very good. Okay, so let's talk about this death worm. I mean, this is the first time I've heard of it. Can you explain to us what that creature is and in what part of the world is that originating from?
The death worm, the latest metaphor in early rise to the surface after rainfall, and ongoing moments are terrified of it. They believe it can stick corrosive and poison, and we went out to Mongolia. There are stories going way back to the 1920s. We were Captain Andrews, the great paleontologist who was based Indiana Jones on. He was at the source of the death worm, and he was looking to dinosaur fossils. And we went on this expedition to the Gobi. We travelled for about 1,000 miles through the desert, through the strangest and most alien landscapes I've ever encountered in my life. And we talked to the nomads of Finland. We talked about 24 different witnesses. One old man seen this back in 1930, and another young guy seen it just 12 weeks ago we were there. And they were all describing animals that were sort of shaped like a sausage or salami, brickwork, scaling, and it's hard to tell which end was the head and which end was the tail. And they were so frightened of it, they can send the whole community into a panic. One guy said he'd seen one of these things when he was a boy, when he was tending the camels and his dad took one for his family. He told his family that he'd seen this one in the desert, and they were so frightened they packed the full camels, surrounded the dead animals and moved out of the area. People get very, very frightened of the death one.
Okay, so when you went out there, well, let me ask you this. What kinds of evidence is it leaving behind? Or is it, I'm imagining gigantic holes or something where it's traveling underground, anything like that?
Yeah. Think about the Gobi, a lot of it is sand, a lot of it is rocky. You imagine it definitely being like hard, all sand.
Right.
Some of the Gobi, but the majority of it is more rocky and scrubby part. We've heard lots and lots and lots of stories of the death one, and they all look like they are all, from miles and miles apart. Different witches, different houses are all describing the same animal. And it sounds like a reptile. It's not actually a woman, it sounds like a reptile. There is a complex worm of reptile called the worm lizard. It's family big worm lizard. And that is strange worm-like wormless reptiles that they can move into the ground. And they're not snakes, and they're not lizards. They're related to both snakes and lizards. They're a strange little family of their own. And the description is very much like a worm lizard, so we think it's an undiscovered large species of lizard.
Interesting, man. Okay, let me ask you this. What's the most convincing footage you've seen proving the existence of any of these creatures you've investigated?
Lots of this came up in I've seen the African Gimel footage of Stratford.
Really? Okay. What convinces you about that?
Well, I've worked a lot of apes, and the thing in that film has the presence of an ape, which we have the presence of a man in Manchester. These are the alleged thing of Bigfoot, just looks like a man floundering around in Munster. This thing is muscles working on it. When you see its head sideways on it, it's got a thick brown ridge and it's sloping forehead. Its forehead is erect like a human forehead, it slopes backwards like an ape or a hominid, which would be virtually impossible to find because you wouldn't be able to get the active head into a a massive that shape that was sorting it. Also for female, it has large pendulous breasts, and most of the mermaids are quite female, quite flat breasts, but human females have larger breasts, counterbalance put-up muscles which are used to walk upright, or upright walking for a hominid. The female would have large breasts to counterbalance put-up muscles, which is physiology of the animal, which I don't think accidentally would have known about. And also, if you look at the length of the arm, the relationship to the leg, they're much longer than human arms. And all this would be terribly hard to say back in the 1960s.
You're right. I have to agree with you there. The fact that the creature had working muscles underneath all that hair is just unbelievable. To me, it's very convincing. That was just impossible. I mean, really, it's impossible.
It's like someone's tried to recreate it. It doesn't look as good. It just looks like the first thing in a hand.
Yeah, have you been to that location?
No, I never have.
So, okay, let's talk about something else here. Can you tell us about something that I would just like to know? I mean, you've been out in the jungle and traveled to different parts of the world. Have you had any encounters that were kind of unnerving to you?
Yes, that's right. For the last time I was in Sumatra, we were in Tuju, which is an extinct volcano just filled with water from a lake into just Satellite National Park in Western Sumatra. And we've been in the jungle for about 2 weeks. So our last day in the jungle, we made camp that night on a little beach by this lake up in the mountains. And we lit a big fire and we were all sitting in what they call pots, which are trees and branches. The guys were playing cards and like 3 Europeans, myself, this French guy, an English girl, and we were talking to ourselves. And there's a little narrow path that runs into the jungle from this clearing by the lake. And I got a terrible feeling of being watched, and the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I felt a crawling sensation of this something that was watching from this back, just beyond the light of the fire. And I said to my companion that there's something along that path. I know there's something there. There's something watching us, I can see it. The next morning when we broke camp, in daylight we found a fresh tiger trap. And the tiger had stalked us all the way down to the camp. It stopped because of the fire.
Oh goodness. That had to be scary. That had to be scary.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what else happened to you?
I got attacked by a cobra, and the plastic knife sticking over like a giant mirror at me. I've been caught in a tornado in Mongolia. We were caught in a tornado which tore through the camp, and I was pinned onto the side of an old ex-Soviet army van, which has been converted to a minivan. Now I'm actually in the aisle of the store, and I looked up, and it was like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. I saw one of our drivers about 20 feet in the air, being spun round and round, clinging onto the shredded remains of one of our tents. This whirlwind just tore through the camp, absolutely annihilated, ripped to pieces.
What happened to him? I mean, was he okay? Was he injured?
Yeah, he was amazing. He got out with just a few bumps and bruises. It destroyed one of my cameras, though. It was actually the wind was so savage and it was blowing the salmon so quickly that it scoured all the lens and one of my cameras.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. Richard, have you seen anything that you could explain?
Oh, goodness. Well, there's one time I was in Russia in the Caucasus Mountains with some British expedition members and some members of a group from scientists from Russia and the Ukraine. And we were looking for this creature the army has been, which is the Russian wild man. It was taken very seriously by the Soviets, that they actually had a commission to look for this creature. And one of the places he was staking out was an old abandoned farmhouse. And one of the Ukrainian scientists, called Alexei Seredenko, had seen one of these creatures near to this old abandoned farmhouse. And on another occasion, a bunch of shepherds had had an encounter to an Almaty close to the farmhouse. And the farmhouse consisted of 3 rooms with an L-shaped veranda running around them. So what we did was set out some food to use as bait and put up some camera traps. The Almaty, a lot of the witnesses we spoke to, including one of the fighters who were with, said that they heard it vocalised and imagined that it was strange sort of twittering noise on the bird. About 10 o'clock at night, one of the camera traps flashes goes off, and we hear this twittering noise like a bird. And I said, it's up the Almaty. We get a photograph of the Almaty. But then nothing happened for hours and hours after that. We go into this old farmhouse for a bit to warm up around the stove. One guy falls asleep on a mattress, and another guy at Vegas and I are awake. And then about 2:30 in the morning, we hear the guttural vocalisation from outside. And then a few seconds later, something walks along the veranda. Now, there was a door that led into the room that we were in with the stove. It was slightly ajar, and there was like moonlight and starlight coming in because it's quite clear night. And something walked past the door, wherever it was, on 2 legs, and it blocked off the moonlight and the starlight to a height of 7 foot plus. So there was a creature 7 foot or more walking on 2 legs outside of this old farmhouse. So we grabbed our cameras, like rushing out, Adam and myself, but whatever it was, it had disappeared back into the darkness. And we did a circuit of the farm, but we couldn't find anything. And in the morning, when we looked at the photographs on the camera trap, all we got was vegetation moving about. So that was the closest I've come seeing one of these things.
Okay, now that's interesting about the other guy that saw that standing by the barn, I think is what you said, or the house. Were there any footprints, or you might get a picture or video or anything like that?
No, the ground is very hard and dry and stony, so there were no footprints.
All right, are they still investigating that, or I mean, how long did that investigation go on for?
We were over there for about 3 weeks. In 2008, the investigation is ongoing. The Russian and Ukrainian scientists are still searching for this creature, both in the Caucasus Mountains and in Ukraine. And most recently, I was searching for something similar in Tajikistan, and the Ramadan in Tajikistan. And we talked to a lot of people there that have seen these creatures. So they call it the bull over in Tajikistan. And we spoke to a biology teacher that had been attacked by one of these creatures.
It's Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woo-hoo, a hand clapper, a high fiver? If you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. Choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
All right, okay, so what happened? What happened to the biology teacher?
Well, he was delivering some beehives, according to his activities here, and lots of insiders. He was delivering these beehives one night along the Warwick Valley. He was driving along, something ran into his car. And he thought, what the hell was that? And he stopped, got out of the car, and he was looking around, couldn't see it. Went to get back in the car, and something grabbed him. And he said, this thing was covered with yellowish brown hair, which was his hair of a camel, had a face like a monkey, owl, female, with a long bending breast. He was grabbing a hold of it, and it said it was immensely strong. It grabbed it by the hand, it was stinging his hair, he managed to pinch it in the face, and it let go briefly, and he ran back into the car and slammed the door. He locked the door, and then drove off again.
Oh, that's unnerving right there. That is unnerving. Now, I want to go back to the Ukrainian. This is the Ukrainian government that's actually investigating this wildland, right?
No, it was the Russian government. In the Soviet
Russian government, okay.
they had an official, it was called the Snowman Commission, to investigate this creature. It's based at the Star Museum in Moscow. That was disbanded in the Soviet era, but recently the new Snowman Commission that's been formed to do this thing.
Okay, so let me ask you this, your personal opinion on it, maybe you know. Wouldn't they have to provide some type of definitive evidence to get these people to invest the resources, you know, into trying to find out what this creature is? I mean, how would they go about making them take it seriously enough to, you know, invest time in it?
That's a good question because we have got good evidence of these things. In 2008, there was a British vet called Martin, and Martin, he took a expedition into Bhutan to look for Yeti, and they were taking samples from a pool in the mountains where animals drunk from, and they were looking for something called environmental DNA. That's when bits of cell slip off an animal's skin and it's moved into the environment. And a good place for it is water, and animals come out to drink in the water. Now, they studied samples of water from this lake, and they found the eDNA of a primate. And this primate, whatever it was, shared about 98% of its DNA in humans. So it was as closely related to humans as a chimpanzee. This is in the Himalayas, and there are no mates in the Himalayas. So it's likely that this eDNA came from the Yeti. Now, I tracked down the geneticist that this vet is working with. She's a French lady called Dr. Ida Bellarmine, and she said they've taken samples back, they've looked at these samples, they've got this primate DNA from it, but she's no longer working with the company that had the samples. She said she couldn't afford to do any more, she hadn't got the time or money to do any more research into these samples, and she said the company still had the samples, but she didn't know if they'd been thrown away or if they were still in storage. So we've got fossil DNA from a Yeti, and it's either thrown away or it's on a shelf somewhere in a bottle, and nobody's interested. Nobody can be bothered to do any more research.
That's crazy. That's
It's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah, it is insane. Well, so what is she doing right now?
I don't know what she's doing now. She's working for a different company.
Doing company, yeah. All right, so have you investigated any type of reports of any flying creatures or cryptids, you know, some strange flying around in the sky that people may be seeing?
Not flying creatures, no. I've searched for the giant anaconda in South America, Tasmanian wolf, but never anything that flies.
Okay. The last thing I want to talk about, something really interesting in your book, you talk about some type of dragon-like creature or lizard that was reported a long time ago I'm pretty sure it's the United States, and I think it was Arkansas. Is that right?
Oh, the brow owl, yeah. There's very little known about that. It's sort of quite a large lizard that was living in rural Arkansas. It was supposed to have forced a tractor off a road, and then it was supposed to have had its lair in its cave, and one guy lowered a rope down into the cave and could then grab the hold of the rope and then it roaring and bitching out on the rope. But that's about as far as the story goes. What the piece about after that. But there are stories around the world of dragon-like creatures. Surprisingly, there are many modern-day reports of dragon-like creatures, particularly from Asia, but also in Australia. We know that in Australia there was a huge lizard called Megalania prisca, which was related to the Komodo dragon, but very much bigger, anywhere between 25 and 30 feet long. And this was living in Australia up until relatively recently, up until maybe as recent as 2,000 years ago. And there's a piece of hip bone discovered from one of these creatures. It was studied by a guy called Professor Rob Molnar, paleontologist, and he reckoned it wasn't a fossil. It was much more recent than that. It's possibly only a couple of hundred years old. And there are stories from both New Guinea and Australia of these giant lizards, much bigger than a Komodo dragon. So it could be that Megalania or something related to it is stood in the outback of Australia and the jungles of New Guinea.
Wow, that's interesting. That is interesting right there. So, are you working on any investigations right now?
Not right now, because COVID put the kibosh on the projects we were doing. I was going to go back to Tajikistan this year, but we weren't able to go. We're trying to get funds together for an expedition to New Guinea to go along the river to look for a gigantic crocodile, a huge saltwater crocodile that's venerated by a tribe called the Napao people. And the crocodile is called a farmer, and it's supposed to be absolutely huge, this crocodile.
How large is it supposed to be? Anybody got any estimates?
At least 30 feet. And at that size, it's only weighing 3 tons at least. An animal like the great white shark, like a pussy cat. But the tribes people believe he protects them, the water spirit that protects them. What's probably happened is that he's chasing away the other smaller crocodiles from the lagoon where he lives. I'm wanting to get back out to Mongolia as well, so with a crack at the Mongolian best worm, and back to Tasmania. I've been to Tasmania several times in the trail of a flesh-eating marsupial called the Tasmanian wolf, which looks very like a dog or a wolf, but has tiger-like stripes on its back. And supposedly it died out in the 1930s, but it's been seen thousands of times since then, including by park rangers. At least one zoologist has seen this animal. And I've been over there and talked to witnesses, like old loggers who have seen it in the forest. And there's a guy who goes out and shoots all the feral cats, keeps the numbers of cats down, because cats are a terrible pest in Australia, and he's seen it twice. And we spoke to many people that did, and I think I even smelled the creature. Once I spoke to her, I smelled very like a hyena, and I'm familiar with the smell of a hyena. I used to Zeus, but I once in the forest of Tasmania, I got this smell, very like a hyena. Whatever had left its scent had been there only moments before. It could have been a Tasmanian wolf.
What do they think is feeding on?
Oh, the Tasmanian wolf, it's a pleasure touch. It eats other marsupials like kangaroos and wombats and wallabies. And it would take down the sheep of the white settlers when they first came over to Tasmania. They killed in a very distinctive manner as well. Totally different profile.
I see. And I believe I remember seeing that. It's got a longer snout. Seems like the eyes were a little bigger.
The jaws open wide.
Yeah, they open real wide, yeah.
It has a more powerful bite.
It doesn't have a narrow jaw. I mean, it's narrow, more narrow than like a wolf. Right?
The jaws open wider than a wolf.
I see, okay.
The head is any narrower, but the jaws open wider.
Do you think that exists? Or do you think people are misidentifying?
No.
Misidentifying?
No. Some of the witnesses are very, very experienced natural historians. Like a guy called Hans Narding, who was a zoologist, had an excellent sighting of one of these creatures in the early 80s. The people who I talked to from Amazon and other places, the latest one is Adventures in Cryptozoology, that I've written many more, Dragons More Than a Myth, is one of them, the Great Yokai Encyclopedia, Orang Pendek, an artist forgotten name this year. You take a look online and find our books.
Richard, many blessings to you, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Alright, what an interesting guy. I really appreciate Richard coming on the show. His book is called Adventures in Cryptozoology, Hunting for Yetis, Mongolian Death Worms, and Other Not-So-Mythical Monsters, and that is available on Amazon in paper, audiobook, and also Kindle. I want to thank my producer tonight, Kim, and the Mysterious Radio team, and I want to leave you with some words of encouragement, so repeat after me. I am confident about my friend. I want you to stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Mysterious Radio.